What's up, guys? It's Earth Angel Hills, and today I want to show you my new saw that was gifted to me. I'm going to find the exact name of this saw and I'll put the link in the bio for you. You can get it from Amazon. However, I believe pepetools.com carries one that is just like it. But this one that was gifted to me came from Amazon, and this is a very premium saw. And I just feel like I'm never going to use another saw besides this one ever again, unless it is built like this one. So basically, I need to saw. In the past, I would use my flush cutters to cut jump rings, jump rings are like the number one thing that I require my saw for. I saw other things as well, like ring bands. And, if you ever wanted to cut a design in a metal sheet of copper, you would need to use a saw for that. So a lot of jewelers who have a different style of creating actually use the saw a lot. But I am mostly using them for jump rings because I like to have a very nice, precise cut on my jump rings. A flush cut, to be exact. As you can see, this is a jump ring that is flush, because I don't want there to be any gaps on my chains that I create with my saw. So yeah, this is what my old saw looked like. Now actually, I've probably gone through like 5 saws since I've started sawing. This one was a little bit more advanced than the other ones that I usually have. They look exactly like this one, except the handle might be like a little bit more plain. And the upgrade on this one is that it has this like screw thing that you use to tighten it in the back. And then it has these little screws on the side that you use. So the problem that I have with saws that are built like this is that these screws here on the side eventually wear out, and I find that they don't get like tight enough to hold my blade how I want over time. And so what I end up doing is using my flat nose pliers to tighten it. Like I would grip it and tighten the screw so that it will hold my blade in place. And then the one that they have in the back is really just something you twist with. But eventually, like, I even started using my rind nose pliers to twist that one, because I just feel like it wasn't getting tight enough. It was it just didn't feel tight enough, and that's why I feel like it was making my blade break even more. So for a quick demonstration, I'll show you guys how you have to load this one up. I'm going to put my microphone on my hair. Don't mind me, so it can stay close to my face. So for this one, I would take one of my Swiss blades, or saw blades. They usually come in a package like this, and these are number 2 saw blades. Ace JTS is the brand. And I would take one. I'm sorry, I already got one that's already out. Okay, so with saws, I don't know if you'll be able to see it because it's just so fine, but basically there's like mini blades on a saw, and you want the mini blades, they look like jagged edges. You want them to face down, because when you're sawing, you want them to saw down. If they're facing up, then you're going to struggle. It's not going to, like, you're going to be sawing in reverse. So you just want to make sure your blades are facing down, and you open your saw screws up. They're so tight that I actually have to, because I tightened them with these. When you open it, it like kind of creates a gap that you put the saw in. You also, if a saw breaks, you have to make sure like the broken saw is not still in there, or it'll affect the tightness of your blade. So once you load it in, you just tighten it, and then you load it in at the bottom part as well. And once it's loaded in the bottom, this part back here on these types of saws, they adjust how tight your blade will be. You don't want it to be scrunched like that. You want your blade to be tight. Okay, it wasn't tight enough down there. Hold on. Because there was a piece of the old saw blade stuck in there, which is what I was saying. You gotta make sure that's cleared out. So yeah, this one back here, you really want to make sure that it's as far as it can be, and you know it's tight enough when you can kind of pluck your blade like a guitar string just a little. So like the problem that I have with this one, which was getting annoying, is that like I had to pull it open like this. I had to make sure I'm creating tension to hold it open, and then I have to tighten it. And it just didn't feel like it was getting tight enough. So I was using my rhino's blades to act like a wrench and just like tighten it even more. And then, you know, then I began sawing. So this is a decent saw, but it's really not my favorite. And now that I've discovered the holy grail of saws, I'm never really using this kind ever again. Now I'll show you guys how I load this premium saw up. This one I don't have to use those pliers. It's just a very easy loosen it. So the cool thing about this saw, I put it in at the top in the little gap that is between the saw, between this, like there's a little gap right there that you load it in, and when you tighten it, it just holds it in place to where there's no more gap. But you're putting your little blade in between that gap. So once you get it in the gap, you tighten it, you put it in the gap of the smaller part. And since it doesn't have the part back here to tighten it, what I do is I press this part against my desk, and that creates like a less tension. And then when you release, once you tighten it while it's scrunched up, once you take it off the desk, it expands itself, which makes the blade tight as it needs to be in a perfect range. Like this creates like a perfect amount of tension for the blade. So it's actually really cool and nice and advanced like creation, whoever designed this saw. I'll show you guys what that looks like. When I'm loading it against my desk, I put my saw against my desk and I create the tension. And you don't even have, just a little, like you just lean into it like you're leaning on somebody. It just doesn't have to be a lot of tension. And then I tighten it, and then when I come off of the desk, it's perfectly tight. Like it's perfect. It creates a perfect amount of tension, and it allows the blade to last even longer, to where the blade is no longer, the blade doesn't break as easily in this saw. And when you are sawing, of course, you need some kind of lubricant for your blade to make it last even longer. I'm very excited about this saw. I will definitely be using this saw. Like I've been using it every day since I got it, and I recommend it because having a good saw, it makes the process more enjoyable, and it also makes your jump rings like super beautiful, and it's less stress. Having tools like this is less stress on your hands because you need your hands. That's what's making all the magic happen. I used to literally cut each jump ring individually, and it was just the same repetitive motion on my hand, and it would cause it to like cramp up and hurt. I actually now have a callus in my hand, but that's because of different pliers that I use. But like just doing this with your hand all the time is not great. So just sawing it, it's like no more tension on the hand. It's really just working that muscle, you know. It's actually helping you with like a mini little workout. So get this saw and enjoy making jewelry. I definitely recommend this saw. Like this is the coolest saw ever. It's my new fun little tool. I love it. The grip is super beautifully nice, and it just feels good. The grip feels great, and it's very fun. And that's one of the most important parts of jewelry making, is having fun. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video. I have more content coming on. We're on our road to getting fully monetized, and all of that is possible because of you guys. So also, if you have the ability, please send in your super chats or a thank you. I have links in my description where you can donate to me for the jewels that I drop for you guys. And if you don't want to donate that way, I have the links to my website so you can purchase a piece of jewelry. Like, I have jewelry as low as $10, jewelry as low as $20, like cute necklaces, like something you can rep Earth Angel Hills, so that you help, support what I'm doing to help sustain myself, and also just to represent creativity, wherever you go, just embodying it and wearing something that reminds you of the creativity that you have within yourself. Thank you guys. Like, share, subscribe, comment, ask your questions, give me more topics if you have something in mind, and I'll be sure to share what I can as I can. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe to this video, and comment, because that's what's going to keep this thing going.